My brother's wife banned me from family gatherings, saying I was a bad influence on their kids. But when I exposed her secret, she learned what real influence looked like. My brother Kyle and his wife Diana moved back to town with their kids, Kaylee and Angus. I was excited because I'd only seen them on video calls before. At first, Diana seemed friendly. She invited me over to babysit while she and Kyle went out. The kids and I clicked immediately. Kaylee showed me her rock collection, and Angus wanted to play games constantly. I started coming over twice a week. 3 weeks in, Diana's attitude changed after I overheard Kaylee ask her mom why she was meeting Uncle Anthony without Dad. Diana gave a strange explanation about planning Kyle's birthday surprise. Later that night, she told me she wouldn't need my help as much anymore. The next day, Kyle texted asking why I canceled on babysitting. I hadn't. When I called him, Diana had already told him I was too busy with school to watch the kids. I clarified that wasn't true, but Kyle just said Diana handles the schedule and I should talk to her. I tried talking to Diana directly. She answered the door and stepped outside, closing it behind her. The kids need consistency from mature adults, she said, not someone who stays up all night playing video games. I rarely played video games and never when watching the kids. This made no sense. Over the next month, I noticed Anthony's car parked down the street from their house 3 separate times, always when Kyle was working late. Once I saw Diana and Anthony through the kitchen window. They were talking close together. Diana immediately moved away when she saw me walking by. The next day, my mom called to discuss my behavior. According to Diana, I'd been teaching Kaylee inappropriate words and encouraging Angus to jump from dangerous heights. None of this was true, but my mom believed Diana, the responsible adult, over me. Soon, everyone in the family received different stories about my bad influence on the kids. My cousin Pauline texted asking why I gave Kaylee makeup without permission. My grandparents heard I let the kids watch R-rated movies. None of it happened. The rumors escalated until Diana announced I wasn't welcome at family gatherings. Kyle went along with it, saying Diana was protecting their kids and we needed to respect that. I had no solid evidence about Diana and Anthony, just suspicions and coincidences, until Halloween. I was at the mall with friends when I saw them together. Diana was wearing a wig, but I recognized her instantly. Anthony's hand was on her thigh under the table. They kissed when they thought nobody was looking. I took a photo with my phone, not close enough to see details, but clear enough to recognize them. I didn't confront them immediately. Instead, I watched and gathered more evidence. Diana always claimed to be shopping with friends on Thursdays. I followed her once and saw her meet Anthony at a hotel. Another time, I overheard her on the phone with him while I was picking up Kaylee's forgotten lunchbox from their porch. Thanksgiving arrived. Diana had convinced everyone I shouldn't come, but my mom insisted that family is family. When I arrived, Diana barely acknowledged me. Anthony was there too, Kyle's best friend since childhood, now sitting across from Diana at the table. After dessert, when everyone was still at the table, I stood up. I looked directly at Kyle. I told him I needed to show him something. Diana immediately spoke. She tried interrupting, saying this wasn't the time for teenage drama. I ignored her and placed my phone in front of Kyle. I explained I took this at the mall last month. The photo showed Diana and Anthony kissing. Kyle looked at it without moving. Diana reached for the phone, denying it was her and claiming I was making it up. I told Kyle I had more, showing him the next photo, them entering the hotel. Anthony stood up, trying to explain, but Kyle didn't look at him. He continued looking at the phone as I showed him everything. Diana grabbed my arm, calling me a little bee, and asking if I'd been stalking her. I explained that she banned me from seeing Kaylee and Angus because I caught her cheating, and that she turned everyone against me so I couldn't tell them the truth. My grandmother said, "Oh my God." Pauline dropped her fork. Multiple family members spoke at once. Diana told Kyle I was lying and had always been jealous of them. Kyle finally spoke and asked where the kids were right now. When Diana answered they were at his mother's, Kyle stood up, knocking over his chair. He asked if the children ever meant anything to her, or if family was just her cover. Diana tried touching his arm, but he moved away, telling her not to. Anthony moved toward the door. Kyle blocked his path. 16 years of friendship, Kyle said. You were my best man. Anthony looked at the floor, mumbling that it just happened. I interrupted, saying it had been going on for months, since before they moved back. Kyle told them both to get out, take nothing, and leave immediately. Diana told him the kids were hers too, and he couldn't keep them from her. Anthony reached for Diana's hand. She slapped it away, blaming him and then me, saying we would regret this. They left separately. They both exited through the front door. 4 months later, Kyle and Diana are still fighting over custody. She's telling everyone Kyle kicked her out for no reason. Anthony moved away. Kyle and the kids stay with my parents now. Diana comes to the house unannounced, yelling in the driveway until someone calls the police.